Salute, Wild Country Daily Entertainment. This article was from Green Matters. They say a Chicago-sized bulge has appeared near Yellowstone's volcano, and scientists say it's growing. So they put an image here and see where it says uplift, and then there's an arrow that's pointing towards an orange color bulge. Is it lava? Is it building up? Is it getting ready to blow? Is Yellowstone going to rock the world? Who knows? Let's find out. Okay, they go on to say, Yellowstone National Park is a must-visit site for its geothermal features, from hot springs to geysers. They say the place is embellished with serene views at every corner. Beneath the park's landscape lies a volcano that hasn't erupted in more than 600,000 years. But they say recently experts observed a 1-inch high bulge from underneath, prompting speculations of an eruption. Well, they go on to say the slight rise in ground along Yellowstone's north rim is as wide as the city of Chicago. And Chicago is pretty huge. They go on to say Mike Poulin, that's the scientist in charge of the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, spoke to Cowboy State Daily about what he and his fellow scientists observed at the site. They say it's an area over 19 miles across, give or take a few miles. They say, he said, adding, saying the uplift is the size of Chicago. They say it makes it sound incredibly grandiose, but I think it's pretty stunning, even if it's not particularly unusual. That looks nasty. But they go on to say, what does this bulge indicate? Does it indicate an eruption on the horizon? Well, they say experts have slashed the speculations without any fluff. They say that doesn't mean that the volcano is about to erupt. So what does it mean then, guys? Well, it's Yellowstone being Yellowstone, Poulin said. They say the reply makes perfect sense, given that the ground uplift has happened a few times before. They say under the outlet's Facebook post, people reacted similarly to the news, not making too much of a big deal out of the development. They say, is it time for the annual Yellowstone is gonna erupt stories again? One person wrote. They say, a whole inch, huh? Wowzers. Another wrote sarcastically, not a bad thing. Upheavals in Yellowstone happen all the time. A third added, the slight movement of the surface above the dormant volcano of Yellowstone, a deformation known as the Norris uplift anomaly, occurred once between 1996 and 2000 near Norris Geyser Basin. They say the instance repeated in 2004 and then again in 2020. So they show you more images from 1996 to 2000s, then from 2000 to 2001, then from 2001 to 2002, then from 2002 to 2003. And as you can see, it is growing. From back in 1996 to 2000, from then until 2002 and 2003, it has grown. Unless it's my eyes playing tricks. But yeah, I don't know. Scientists, everybody's told to, oh, believe the scientists, believe the scientists. No, believe your gut, believe your eyes, believe what you're seeing, not what you're hearing most of the times. Believe what you're seeing in real time with your eyes. Yeah, thanks to modern technology, scientists can get real time data on the movements of the ground along Yellowstone's north rim and other areas of the park. The data has enabled experts to curate a map showing the uplift or bulge in the middle of Yellowstone. It's a measure of how advanced our monitoring networks have gotten and their sensitivity in detecting these small changes. That's the story of the year for me, Poland noted. The expert compared the bulge to a balloon blowing up in the subterranean and is quite insignificant in size to be observed with the naked eye. However, advanced technology has allowed scientists to observe these slight upheavals quite accurately. Poland revealed that the experts have been observing movements through radar maps and satellites. So, I'm going to leave the link to this article in the description. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story. Do you think Yellowstone's getting ready to blow since this volcano hasn't erupted over a couple of years, put it that way? Do you think that it's about ready to erupt, or do you think scientists are just scaring the population? What are you guys' thoughts? Yeah, it hasn't erupted in more than 600,000 years. So, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this. Peace out.